Hi everybody, my name is Ida and today I'm gonna talk about a topic that I feel people haven't touched upon a lot, at least in the videos that I've seen around the YouTubes, and that is safety in Korea. Is Korea a safe country? Let's find out. So the first thing that I noticed personally once I got here was that people don't really steal here. I don't know, it's a weird thing to say that you'd be surprised by people not breaking the law, but that's how it is. So basically, if I'm going to like a coffee shop with a friend or just alone to study or work, I'll bring my laptop and I'll bring my phone, I'll bring a bag of stuff that I'm gonna need. And what you do here basically is you find a table first, you put your stuff down, and then you go over to order. Meaning you might leave your super expensive Mac laptop just laying on a table and no one's gonna take the table nor the laptop. I'm not saying this is like universally everywhere in Korea is like this, but here in Seoul, unless you go to some sketchy ass place, people do that. And I of course started doing so myself, and yeah, no one's ever stolen anything from me here during my 3 years. When I go back to Sweden, I'll do the same thing and my mom is like, what are you doing? Someone's gonna take your stuff. And I'm like, oh right. It's kind of a bad habit for me when I'm back in Sweden, because I guess I just trust people too much, which again sounds weird saying it's a bad thing, but I guess it is in some places. People don't steal. Very good thing. Very safe. So if you're out traveling and you accidentally leave your bag on the train, just, contact the security and they most likely will have it because someone handed it in. Next is something that as a Swedish person is very hard to see, but also I guess quite impressive from a safety no crime point of view. A lot of people tend to leave their cars running on the streets. Like they'll park the car but they'll just get out of it, leaving it running, going to a store, buy something and come back out, get in the car and keep going. I've never seen that in Sweden or anywhere else for that matter. No one jumps in the car and drives off. Same with scooters. There's a lot of pizza places and other just fast food places, I guess, where they will deliver your food on scooters after you order it. And basically they will just leave those scooters running for hours. There was this place next to my old apartment. From 5 in the afternoon, their scooters would be running. They would just be standing outside there, 5 of them on the street, just running. And every now and then, some poor delivery guy would come out of the shop, jump on it, drive away. They would leave it running outside of that person's apartment, go deliver the pizza, come back down, get on the scooter, go back to work, leave the scooter. As far as I know, they never got them stolen. There was also an instance when I was in Apgujeong, which is one of the fancier areas. There's a lot of brand stores, Prada has their own store, stuff like that in that area. And I was just walking there to go to a meeting and I noticed this big truck also just running engine on the side of the street. And there was this one guy that was unloading huge boxes from the back of it. And I don't remember what brand, but it was a big brand store. And he was just putting huge boxes of clothes on the street, leaving the back doors of the car open, carry one box inside and be gone for a couple of minutes and then come back out and get the next box. And it's just on the street. I don't even want to think about how much money he was just literally leaving on the street, because it was brand clothes, boxes and boxes of them. An entire truck filled with it, just left running on the streets. Anyone could just get in it and drive off and they would have made so much money. But no, they don't. What I also noticed was that I feel in Sweden when people are drunk, if you go out on the weekends, there's a lot of people just yelling at you, they'll be catcalling, they'll be fighting. Here, even though there's so many people, there's almost never any fights, at least that I've seen. On the streets, no verbal arguments between strangers. People just kind of stick to their groups and do their thing, I guess. Which is great. I mean, I never felt threatened going anywhere at night, because people just don't interact outside of their own groups most of the time. Again, most of the time. I'm not saying this is everyone. I'm sure there are people stealing those cars as well. I'm sure there's people catcalling, but just in general, I've never experienced that here in Korea. And I've lived in Hongdae for quite some time where there's plenty of drunk people. So again, not everyone, but from my personal experience, it's basically non-existent. I might have been super lucky, but just so you know. Of course, you know, Korea isn't perfect, like no country is. The most dangerous thing here would be the traffic. Oh my god, people drive everywhere. Like you can be walking down the sidewalk and suddenly there's like a scooter zooming past you. And why is he on the sidewalk? Who knows? And they also tend to run red lights a lot, so being Swedish, I'm used to there literally being no cars, so even if there is no light, I'll just, you know, look right, look left, no cars, and then I'll walk. However, here, even though there's a red light for the cars, there's a green light to cross the street, I'm still skeptic. Because suddenly there's a taxi or a scooter just running the light. If you're in their way, then you die. I don't know what to say. Like, people seem to not follow the rules of traffic as closely as they do just other rules in society. Again, not everyone, but it only takes one car to hit you, so just be careful, okay? And then if we're talking dangerous, I guess not good stuff that won't kill you, this is also related to traffic or like vehicles, that would be shady taxi drivers. Always make sure that they follow the taximeter, is that what it's called? The thing that counts while you're driving in a taxi. They can't give you a price and then drive you. You get in the car, you tell them the destination, they go there and they have to show you the meter and you pay what it says. Never get in a cab where they're like, this actually happened to my family once. They were in Itaewon and they were going to Gangnam. And I guess the taxi driver just saw a family of blonde people and he was like, yay, scamming time. So when they get in the taxi, he's like, oh, you're going to Gangnam? 20,000. And since I had been here for a while, back then I was like, no, that's like 7. Honestly, I was like, that's 7,000 max. Because this was in the middle of the night, there's no traffic, and it's not that far. We got out of that taxi, we got the next one, we go to Gangnam, and what do you know? It's 7,000 won. So please, if they start messing with you, in the front seat on the passenger side, they all have this like ID card thing that's taped to the dashboard. If they start trying to make you pay more, just take a picture of that and you can actually report them, because that is illegal, because they're not allowed to make their own prices. They have to follow the taximeter. And that's, you know, how the business is supposed to work. But of course, you know, there are shady people, and especially if you look foreign and if you approach them in English, there is a higher chance of them trying to pull that card. So just, you know, be aware of that. And again, not everyone. I mean, I'm sure there are plenty of more things good or bad about Korea. These were just the ones I came to think of for this video. Leave it down in the comments if you've been to Korea and you've experienced some of the things I talked about or some completely different things. Please share, because I'm sure everyone would appreciate some more knowledge, especially if you're coming here as a tourist or for the first time. Other than that, you know, don't worry, people are usually very nice. If they see you can't find your way or whatever, you know, just some people might ask if you need help, otherwise just ask anyone in stores and they will point you in the right direction. I guess that's it. Don't forget to comment, like and subscribe for more videos. Oh, also, I got this new camera. I have no idea what it looks like. I have no idea what the sound is like. And it's really, really rainy outside, so I know the quality is gonna be bad. But hopefully you stuck through the video, and I promise I will look prettier in the next one.